Hello and welcome to the fragrant world of Melanie Jane. Today I'm going to be making what I call a restoring elixir. I have had a request from one of my fragrant fans, Donna Minogue, to make a beautiful face oil that would be suitable for the skin and for mature skin, although she's actually not mature herself. I think she's only about 30. And for the fine lines around her eyes, which I think as women we always worry about it. I don't know why, it's just a natural aging process. So we're going to be looking at something for mature and dry skin. So there's two base oils that I love to use. One of them is Apricot Kernel Oil, and the other one is Avocado Oil. Both of these oils are rich in oleic acid, and they're very high in this, which makes them not very suitable for oily skin, but perfect for people that have dry and mature skin, like myself. I know it doesn't look it. So we've got avocado oil, can either look like this if it's completely unrefined and unfiltered, or it can look like this, and this is like, it's got a little green tinge. Now if you find avocado oil and it's more, I'm going to show you the apricot kernel, this color, that means that it's been through quite a heavy refining process, which means a lot of the essential fatty acids and nutrients that's really essential for skincare and good skincare will probably have been removed. So you're better to get an avocado oil that either looks like this, that's very, very dark, or that has like a little green tinge. And they're often filtered, but not using solvents, so it's quite safe. And we're going to be using then one of my favorites, of course, for mature skin, Rose Otto. I put that in all the things, all the skincare that I make. Now I either use geranium or rose geranium. Rose geranium, beautiful little oil, and all that this is, it's like geranium, but it's from the pink flower, and it's just got more of the rosy molecule smell, which makes it smell more rosy, hence the name. And then we're going to be using frankincense, one of the most important oils used in skincare. Frankincense actually comes from, well, the frankincense tree. It's native to either Oman or Somalia. You can get either of them really. And when you're looking at, this one is actually from Oman, and I prefer the Omani one for skincare. It smells a little bit sharper and a little bit fresher. The Somalian one, I like it perhaps for a body oil, or perhaps even burning in your home. It's got a lot of a stronger smell. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make this now. I'm going to use equal amounts of the apricot, and I'm going to use 15 mLs. I'm going to make it in this beautiful little bottle. Of course, I've got my Miron violet glass bottle that I'm going to be putting it in. But first of all, I'm going to show you how I'm going to be doing it. So I'm going to be putting 15 mils of it. What you can do if you like is you can put your pipette to one side and use one of these. You can fit much more in, and it makes it easier. And then you can just measure it like this. Okay. So we're going to be putting 15 ml of this. And it's just quite a lot. So that's 3, 6, 9, that's 12, and then I put a little bit more in the other one. So let's have a look at my jug now. Now, if you wanted to, you can be more accurate. You can just use the pipette, or you can use these jugs. You can get these jugs from so many places. I got mine, I think, from Daiso, which is a Japanese bargain shop, which is great, and they were about 7 dirhams. But you'll notice on some of them it'll say 50 mils approximately, which means it's not exactly 50 mils. So if you wanted to be a little bit more exact, then you could perhaps use your pipette. So I'm going to show you how to do that exactly now. Put the lids back on, yeah, because you don't want to be spilling it and going all over the place. These things are not cheap, and nothing that's of good value and good quality is cheap. So please don't look for cheap. If it's cheap, it's probably not going to be effective. It's probably been adulterated with something else or been cut with maybe a cheaper sunflower oil. So, you know, you need to go and be careful about which brand you use. So I'm going to do this. Now, obviously I'm quite a dab hand with the pipette, but one tendency is to, you know, maybe your phone rings or somebody rings the doorbell, or, you know, you get a notification from Instagram that someone's liked one of your pictures and you forget how much you've actually put in. So you need to be quite mindful of not talking to yourself like I am while you're actually doing it, because you'll forget actually how much you've put in. So we've just got one more pipette worth, and then we've got 15 mLs in there, and that's absolutely spot on. It's absolutely gorgeous. You can just give it a little swirl to make sure it's all mixed up. Now, what some people might do is they might add the essential oils directly to this. Well, I don't want to do that because I don't want the essential oils to start going on the glass, and I don't want to waste a single drop. I want it all to go into my beautiful elixir. So I'm going to throw that pipette, and when you're working, always have a little bin. I got this from IKEA. So have a little bin at your workstation, because then you don't need to keep running backwards and forwards to the bin that's in the cupboard or something, you know. And then all you need to do is you just pour it into the bottle. And you need to be careful with this because, of course, you can't see through the bottle, right? So you don't know when it's getting full. So what I would do is just leave a little bit at the end, just for safety's sake. And then I'm going to add some oils now. So I'm going to start with my favorite. I'm going to start with Rose Otto. So 3 drops I'm going to use of this, and I'm just going to put it straight into the bottle. If you wanted to, you can take this little plunger off and you can use a pipette if you're too scared, because sometimes when the oil is quite thin, and steam distilled oils tend to be quite thin, the tendency is the oil might come out quite quickly. Not the case in this one though, is it? Maybe I'll just take the lid off. So let's add the drops to that. 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to use Rose Geranium, 9 drops. Now, if you look, let's count this so I don't lose count. Ready? It's coming out. You have to hold these bottles sometimes at an angle because the little plunger inside tends to be at an angle. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 drops. Absolutely, that's perfect. Spot on. And now we've got the glorious frankincense. Oh, I'm obsessed with this. And I did used to sell this as well, and this was one of my best-selling face oils. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Now, the rule of thumb, remember, with essential oils and the safe dilution is 1 drop to 1 teaspoon or 5 mLs. Don't just use a teaspoon that you stir your tea with, right? You know, you need to get a proper measuring teaspoon. That's why I prefer to use pipettes when it comes to that. So 1 drop is a good safe ratio. We're putting about 24 drops into this mixture, into a 30 ml, which is good because it's actually going on your face. And I think now I can put the rest of the oil in. There we go. Every single last beautiful drop in this elixir. I'm going to put the lid on. I'm going to squeeze it tight. I'm going to give it a really good shake. There you go. Oh, I need some of that grapefruit body butter on my bingo wings when I'm shaking my oil like this, don't I? Okay, and there you go. Look at that beautiful, absolutely gorgeous color, and it smells absolutely divine. It's perfect for dry, mature skin, not really if you've got oily or perhaps even sensitive. And that's it, a restoring elixir by Melanie Jane. You're welcome.